RG Skadberg, attorney with CCSK Law. So as we talk about life planning, and I use the phrase, whether you're 18, 108, any age in between, that position in your life is going to dictate where you might be in terms of planning. There is a growing group of people who find themselves in this sandwich generation, as we call it. So what is a sandwich generation? Well, if you think of a sandwich, you are in this generation the meat in the sandwich, right? You're in between two different groups of people that you have care over. We have aging parents who you may need to be stepping in to be taking care of, and you may also still be raising up children. You may have kids in college, and unfortunately in our world today, some of those kids are out of college and back home, and you have an active role. And even if they're not back home, you still care about getting them launched and on their way. So you're kind of in this middle, and there's no specific age because depending on your family, it might be driven, you may be in your 40s, you may be in your 60s. But it's important to know that there are things that you can do to help yourself better manage those circumstances, because at any given point, there may be pressures from either or both that truly leave you in that sandwich. And how do you function in those circumstances? Some of it is leading both sides to put things in place to make your life easier in taking care of them. I will tell you, however, one of the biggest challenges of being in the sandwich generation is the bread really doesn't care what you have to say. So in those circumstances, you could be on point, you could be helping people understand, especially at the older end, look, it's really important to put powers of attorney in place. We want to avoid guardianship. We don't want to bump into a situation where a hospital requires us to get a guardianship to make medical decisions. So it is very important to have decision-making documents in place at that end, so if something catastrophic happens or somebody ends up in the hospital, even if it's not catastrophic, you can step in to take care of business. At the other end, it's very similar. You have a now 18-year-old who, in the eyes of the law, is his or her own person, and in some cases there's emergencies that you might have to step in to help. And if you do not have proper decision-making documents, powers of attorney, healthcare representative type appointments, you can't step in. Many parents have bumped into situations where their hands are tied because there isn't a health information release, so that they may get a bill from an insurance company, but they can't talk to the insurance company about what it entails. However, the insurance company wants you to pay. So, making sure that you have documents in place to be able to help your kids work through that life, or help your parents work through stages where they're gonna need some additional help. So that sandwich generation is the best sort of visionary sort of picture I could put out there to say, yep, we understand you're kind of stuck in the middle, and this is life. You can put yourself in a better spot by sitting down and talking about your circumstances and understanding what are the key things that you can do for yourself and what you can do for both sides of the sandwich to help you help them when the time comes. Thanks for visiting. I hope you found this information helpful. If you'd like to talk about your circumstances, please visit our website, ccSKLaw.com, or give us a call, 219-230-3600.